It was supposed to be a normal night. No warning, no sign of danger. Just two people, driving home. But within minutes, everything changed. A violent crash. A desperate fight for survival. And one man who refused to give up. What he did next shocked everyone. And the ending? No one saw it coming. The rain had been falling for hours. The roads were slick, visibility was low, and most drivers had already gone home for the night. Inside a small car, Daniel gripped the steering wheel carefully. Beside him sat his girlfriend, Emily. They had just left dinner with friends and were heading back to their apartment. They laughed. They talked about the future. But just as they turned onto a quiet highway, headlights suddenly appeared. Too fast. Too close. A truck had lost control. And in a split second, everything went black. The sound of metal crushing filled the night. When Daniel opened his eyes, the world was silent. Smoke filled the air. The car was twisted beyond recognition. Pain shot through his body as he tried to move. Then he heard something. A weak voice. Daniel. Emily. She was trapped in the passenger seat. The door had collapsed inward, pinning her legs. Blood ran down her face. And the car was beginning to smoke. Daniel knew what that meant. They didn't have much time. Daniel tried the door. It wouldn't move. He pulled again. Nothing. Panic began creeping in. Emily's breathing was getting weaker. Just go, she whispered. But Daniel refused. He wasn't leaving her behind. Not tonight. Not ever. Ignoring the pain in his ribs, he climbed across the broken console and began kicking the shattered door with everything he had left. Once, twice, 3 times. Still stuck. The smoke was getting thicker. Then suddenly, sirens in the distance. The car started to crackle. Flames flickered near the engine. Emergency responders were still minutes away. Daniel realized something terrifying. If they waited, it might be too late. So he did something desperate. He reached under the seat and grabbed a small metal emergency tool he kept in the car. With shaking hands, he smashed the remaining glass. Then he wedged the tool into the bent door frame and pushed harder than he ever had before. Metal screamed. The door shifted. Just enough. With one final burst of strength, Daniel pulled Emily free. She screamed in pain as her legs slid out from the wreckage. But they were out. He dragged her across the wet pavement, away from the car. 10 seconds later, the vehicle erupted into flames. By the time firefighters arrived, Daniel had collapsed beside her, exhausted. But alive. They both were. Emily was rushed to the hospital. Doctors worked through the night to stabilize her injuries. Broken bones. Internal bleeding. It was serious. But she survived. And days later, something happened that Daniel never expected. The story of the crash had spread online. News outlets picked it up. People were calling him a hero. But Daniel didn't see it that way. He simply said one thing. I just did what anyone would do for someone they love. Today, Emily has fully recovered. And the couple still keeps that broken emergency tool. Not as a reminder of the crash, but as proof of something stronger. Courage. Love. And the moment one man refused to give up. Because sometimes, one decision can mean the difference between life and death. If this story moved you, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more powerful real-life stories. And tell us in the comments, what would you have done in that moment?